Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. My name is Harry Durham. Big weekend of action just gone. The German Grand Prix in Munich. Yes, mighty Michael Van Gerwen got his hands on the trophy. But there was just one man that was absolutely unbelievable in Germany. We know how good he is. We know how much of a special talent he is on the circuit. World number 23, the giant himself, Gian van Veen, joins me on the channel right now. Gian, commiserations. I mean, it was an unbelievable performance from yourself over the weekend. Just talk me through how proud you are of the performance that you put in at Munich.
First of all, thank you for this compliments. No, I'm really proud, of course, of my performance this weekend in Munich. To make in the final, if you told me that on Friday, I would say yes, please. But now, of course, in the final, I didn't play, especially not what I played in the semi. So a bit gutted, of course, to lose that against Michael. But yeah, as I said, just really pleased with getting to the final.
Was it tough with that quick succession of games? Because obviously you averaged 110 versus Luke Litton, and it was if you look back at that in years to come, you're going to have better performances than that. But against the current world champion as well, we know how good you are on the hockey. But was it a case of you put so much into that match that it didn't really come across in the final against Michael?
Yeah, I think so. Especially with beating players like Luke, you always get that extra adrenaline. Well, when you beat him and you just feel exhausted, and then like 5 minutes later, I needed to bull up for the final already, and I was like, I'm not even ready. So then I got like 10 more minutes before the final, but it was really tight, and I felt that match during the final as well in my energy levels. But I think that's something that comes with experience. I think Michael has loads of experience in that part. So no, I think that should come with the years or maybe even sooner. I think if you win one final with a semi like that, then you should be over that little bump.
You've been so good on the floor at the same time as well this year because what was it, a month or two ago when you lost in the final and then the following day you came back and won it. Your floor game is so there, and I think it's just putting it into those Euro tours now, which you've done, getting to the final. You get to win your first Euro tour, but you must be looking at it, even though you didn't come out as champion. You must be thinking, do you know what? Next time, this is what I need to do differently. This is how I push on. I'll tell you what, mate. I say it about a lot of players, but with the form that you're in, how young you are at the same time, you must be absolutely over the moon and looking at some of these majors this year and being like, I'm getting my fingertips on them.
Yeah, hopefully. Of course, I'm really happy with how it's going at the moment. As you said, picking up my first title last month with the grueling day that I had the day before. So hopefully I can put that right this time as soon as possible as well with the Euro Tour. Now, I've been playing phenomenal. I'm feeling really good. So I'm really looking forward to the rest of the year. Loads of Euro Tours to come. Qualify for every major. So yeah, hopefully I'll make a deep run in them as well.
Michael said a few nice things about you in his post-match interview, and I saw a picture of you and him in a car park after the final. Did he
Yeah.
give you any nice words? Because I've been lucky to spend a lot of time with Michael, and he doesn't hold back on what he's got to say sometimes. But
No, definitely not.
he's I imagine probably him and Barney, probably your idols in the sense of darts, growing up in Holland.
um,
Did he have anything nice to say to you off the back of the win when it was just you two?
yeah, of course. He said after the final as well that we played each other in the final in Hungary. He was very nice back then as well, and now again, like your time will come, all that stuff. So yeah, it was really nice. But as you said, Michael being Michael, we were in the car back to the hotel together, and he said he grabbed out his phone and he started filming. And he said, "So, how does it feel to be in the car with the champion?" It's like, oh, but that's Michael for you. He said, "Next time if you beat me, you can do exactly the same." I said, "Oh, I will."
It must spur
So
you on. It must spur you on at the same
yeah,
time because
100%.
during his interview, I did have a chuckle, and I was like, "That is just Michael all over." You almost want to shout and scream at him because he said about you. He needs to remember there is one king in Holland, and I was like, "Oh, Gian better be listening to that and thinking, Michael, I'm coming for that crown."
Yeah, he said as well to me, like he said, I think at the moment you're the second best Dutchman. So, and then he looked at me like, yeah, I'm number one, of course, but you are the second best. So yeah, fair enough. To receive those kind of words from the best Dutch darts player, yeah, the best darts player Holland has ever had, or maybe even the world, together with Phil, of course. But yeah, it's phenomenal, and it's really nice to hear that kind of words from such a player.
He's got to keep you on your toes. You're young.
Yeah,
And you got,
yeah.
and that's just going to spur you on. Away from the hockey, staying in Munich. Jen, did you have a little accident in the toilet over this weekend? What happened there, my son?
Yeah, I think 5 minutes before the quarterfinal against Ross Smith, I went to the toilet and I walked out, and I wanted to turn right, and but there was like a wall with a very sharp point of the wall, and I bumped my arm into it, so I cut it open, hit like here, but it hit exactly a muscle, so it hurt for a bit. I was like, ah. And then Dawson was sitting over there. He's like, "What did you do?" So I explained it to him, and then I looked at it. It's like, "Oh, it's fine." But yeah, as I said, I hit exactly a muscle. So when I threw my dart, especially in the quarterfinal,
Mm.
it hurt a little bit. But then I got used to it, and then I think everyone saw what I did in the semi, so it was okay.
Oh yeah, maybe that was the injury was a blessing because you got 110 average against Luke Littler as well. So
Yeah, maybe I need to do it every time.
yeah, I think wherever you're playing an exhibition or you're playing a floor event, Europe or a major, maybe they should just put some spikes outside the toilet because that'll help you. You don't need the spikes. Come on, we
I'm
all
not gonna
know.
harm myself.
No, we all know you're such a humble man, and I said your ability. You know your ability. You know how good you are. Um, how far do you think you really are from being within that top 10 and putting the pressure on the other guys inside that top 10, like your Luke Humphreys and your Luke Littlers?
Um, I think I'm not there yet. Of course, I think ability wise and like performance wise with averages now, 2025, I've been in the top 10 averages list for the last couple of months. But I'm doing it week in, week out, but I still lose too many games with high averages. As
Mm.
soon as I turn lots of those matches into wins, like winning when your opponent is averaging 105, 108, then maybe I should start seeing myself as a top 10 player. But like if that doesn't happen, then who knows? I'm playing well. Hopefully, I can continue it for many more months or years to come, and then we'll see what happens.
Would it be disrespectful for me to say 10 years' time from what we're seeing right now? We're seeing Luke, MVG as a three. I can see it right now, the two being Luke Littler and yourself. Am I being disrespectful to other players when I say that? That's just the eye test. That's what I see from what I see on the floor, majors, and also the Euros as well.
Hopefully, uh, I think a lot of young players who are performing right now, like Josh Rock's playing amazing at the moment. Weston Nyman had a great 2024. 2025 isn't maybe the best for him yet, but he's a great player, so I'm sure he'll kick on as well. So, and I think Luke will be around for many more years to come, so, of course. But yeah, hopefully I can like be at the same level as him in maybe 10 years time, and hopefully we can dominate it. But it's gonna be tough.
I know the head to head's pretty even against you and Luke now. I think it's 4 matches, two apiece. Do you reckon off the back of last night, he's probably thinking, do you know what? Because nothing phases Luke Littler at all, and so many questions get asked about him. But you might be that person that can crack the code of Luke Littler, especially with the numbers and the checkouts yesterday, because it was sublime.
Yeah, maybe. I think like now I beat him with 110 average, but I think that's necessary to beat Luke. So it's tough, of course, to do it week in, week out. We saw Gezi Price, of course, beat him 6 times in a row. He knew
Mm.
what he needed to do and to be in Luke's head. Um, if I play like that, then yes, of course, I can beat him. But Luke is an amazing player. As you've seen, I was 3-0 up. He changed back to his old darts and he put in 4 phenomenal legs. I was like, wow, here we go. But luckily I turned it around. But yeah, it's amazing to play him. He's such a naturally skilled player, as everyone knows, of course. But yeah, I'm just really enjoying my battles with him, and hopefully I can make his matches more difficult.
Is there a different way you have to approach those littler games? Because I know you put up the 110 average. He is always, sort of, most part, I know yesterday average, I think it was about 96 to 99 against you. But for the most part, Luke can average anywhere from 100 to sometimes even 115. He's that ridiculous. But how do you prepare for a game against him, especially when he's on fire? Is it just a case on that practice board you are literally just trying to hammer that max every single time, trying to almost trying to hit a 9 darter in every single leg?
No, before the match, I don't really do anything different of playing Luke or playing another player. I just try to play my own game. But during the match, you're not going to get many chances. You have to take almost every chance you get, especially early on. If you let him go like 3 or 4 nil up, then he's gone. You're not going to catch him again. So I think that's the most important part of playing Luke. Start well and take your chances.
What I'd like to know is next couple of months we're going to have the match play. Is that the tournament that you really think you can put a dent in? Because a lot of people are going to be tipped for it. Nathan Aspinall, who's been on fire over the last couple of weeks, picking up his first Premier League nightly win. But you look at something like the match play, an iconic venue of the Winter Gardens, and just think, do you know what? This could be the moment when my life and my career really changes at that event.
Yeah, I think so. I think I got my first stage of the Winter Gardens last year, where I played a great match, but I forgot to finish the 6 match starts that I had. So I've got some revenge to do over there. No, it's really amazing venue, amazing tournament. I'm 100% qualified for it, so I'm really looking forward to playing there. And yeah, I'm just really hoping to get a deep run in there. I think the longer matches, legs, format as well is what really suits me. As I've shown also on the Grand Slam, of course. So yeah, I think that's a tournament on my calendar that I'm got a red circle around it.
This summer as well, big thing is World Cup of Darts, an event that we love every single year. If you're a reporter, the players love it, a spectator. MVG's dropped out. I mean, it got announced yesterday. You're rumoured to be playing for the Netherlands. The Dutch haven't won it since 2018. Gian, you've got to tell me right now, it's probably going to be Danny Noppert that you're going to be playing with. Are you going to be the saviour? Because the Dutch not winning the World Cup since 2018. You've never won the Football World Cup, so that's one thing that the English have
I
always
know.
got over you. Oh, we love to
Yeah.
remind you, and thank you as well for the semi-final of the Euros. It was a beautiful day. I was
Yeah.
inside the
No
stadium.
problem.
But are you going to be that man this year to end the drought and bring the World Cup back to the Netherlands?
Hopefully, if I'm playing, then I'll try my best. Michael, he's pulled out. I haven't had any word from the PDC or anyone that I'm playing. So, but it looks like I am. And Danny is a good friend of mine, so we really get on well as well. We practice together with the Euro Tours, with the Pro Tours. We play even like pairs practice matches before the Pro Tour. So I think our games suit each other well. Danny's not in the best form at the moment, but I'm sure he'll pick it up because he's a great player, of course. So I'm really looking forward to that if I'm playing. And I one thing I hope is that maybe I shouldn't say this, but I hope Michael pulls out a bit late, just before the tournament, so we get his seeding, so we don't have to start in the group stages. then we can start in the knockout rounds. But no, if it doesn't happen, then we'll start maybe in the group stages. But I'm sure we'll do well.
Listen, Premier League returns this week. Liverpool. From what you saw of Michael in that final, and everything that he's been going through with injury, inconsistencies, and forms, is it his to lose on Thursday? Do you think he's finally going to get that first nightly win in the Premier League?
I don't know. Of course, he played phenomenal this weekend. He played really well. But I think, yeah, I don't know. Who does he play?
He plays Littler.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, it doesn't get much harder
doesn't
than
get
that.
any easier. No, I think it's gonna sound cliche, but if he gets through that match, then he's got a real good chance because of the confidence that he gained this weekend. I told him yesterday as well on stage after the final. I said to him when I saw he was in tears, I was like, "You really needed this." He said, "Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been struggling for months. I really needed this. So hopefully he can push on straight into the Premier League this week as well, and don't get hurt like losing straight again." So I'll be rooting for him, and hopefully he'll get his first nightly win.
Who are you backing to actually win the Premier League? Because it seems like every single week the tables are turning. Luke Humphreys has spoken about his burnout. Littler, I think, has been affected by the burnout as well recently. Nathan Aspinall has been on fire, like I mentioned. Gerwin Price over the last couple of weeks hasn't really been at his best, but we know that he can switch it on as soon as possible or as soon as very needed. I'm actually backing a little bit Nathan Aspinall to somehow weave his way in there because I'll tell you what, mate, he has had an unbelievable 2025, or have I got it wrong?
No, no, he's been great this year. He's made finals here, there, and everywhere, winning tournaments on the Pro Tour, finals, Euro Tour will first win. He's doing well in the Premier League, so I think it's costing him a lot of energy with his struggles at the moment. So I think I'm quite curious to see how that's going to pan out with all the Pro Tours and Euro Tours coming. Um, but I think he's got a good chance, but I don't think anyone can rule out both of the Lukes, of course. I think, as you said, they've been both struggling with like a small burnout. Luke Littler said yesterday he's not coming to Germany anymore for the Euro
Mm.
Tour, so that gives him some rest. And I think if he really got his mind 100% on the Premier League, he's going to be real tough to beat.
How bad did you want to play in the Premier League, Gian? Did you sit there on Thursday nights, on the practice board, and you think, I want to be a big part of this? And the other question I asked, I had a good conversation with Connor Scott a couple of months ago, and he was open to the idea of them starting like a Premier League 2. So there could be like a promotion and relegation. I know it'd be mental for the schedule. But I guess it's two questions. Number one, how badly do you want to play in the Premier League? And number two, would you be open to a second division where there was promotion and relegation?
The first question, yeah, I 100% want to be in the Premier League. Not this year, of course, if way too soon. But like in the next couple of years, I want to be in the Premier League. Of course, it's a real goal for myself to be in the top eight of the PDC, to play in all the most beautiful venues that they have in Europe. So that would be great. But and as you said, like a second Premier League, I think the schedule is already really packed, of course. But I think it would be amazing viewing because there are more than eight great players in the PDC. So I think it would be great for the viewers as well. So yeah, why not? But I think it's down to the PDC, of course. But I'll be open to playing it.